Are you interested in Marvel Tokon and want to start preparing for it now but don't know how to do so? Don't worry fam, I got you. We got 2 months until Marvel Tokon releases into the world, so it's time to start getting your skills and knowledge ready before the game comes out. Of course, you can always browse around my channel to see all the Tokon gameplay analysis and tips I made that goes a lot more in depth on mechanics and strategies, which you should totally do and I would greatly love that. But you can also just play other fighting games that have striking similarities to Marvel Tokon in some areas that are either available right now or will be coming out before Tokon releases. What are those games, you ask? Well, grab a bite, sit down and get comfortable because in this video I'll talk about the 5 games that will really get you prepared for Marvel Tokon. After watching this video, you can pick whichever of these games you want to delve into that will help give you a comfortable head start in the game. So without further ado, let's get right into this list. First up, we got 2x KO. Just like Marvel Tokon, 2x KO is also a team game with it being a 2v2 fighter. So playing 2x KO will teach you a lot of team game concepts that you can apply in Marvel Tokon, like using your assist to help cover your approaches in neutral and keeping opponents at bay, and using your assist to extend pressure and even apply some mix-ups. Also, just like in Marvel Tokon, 2x KO has the after-tap mechanic. This mechanic allows you to tag into your on-screen assist character at any time, including while your main character is doing other actions. This basically allows you to extend your combos and pressure for longer periods of time and even develop some creative combos. Using assists is very important in Marvel Tokon, so 2x KO will definitely get you into the habit of using them when Tokon comes out. I also think that 2x KO is kinda slow paced just like Tokon is. It isn't exactly a fast paced game, but it's also not extremely slow either. It's pretty much the balance that Marvel Tokon tries to achieve, so I think 2x KO's game speed will satisfy those of you who like Tokons. But out of all the things I listed, I haven't even mentioned the biggest thing in 2x KO that will help you prepare for Marvel Tokon, and that's the sidekick fuse. For those unaware about 2x KO's fuses are strategies you can pick for your team before the match even starts, which is on the character select screen. Each fuse contains a set of unique system mechanics that influences a lot of things about how your team will work, and you can only pick one fuse. For 2x KO's sidekick fuse, you can only play as your one character and are limited to 1 health bar as a result, but your other character can actually be used for assists. Some 2x KO players jokingly call sidekick the Tokon fuse because Tokon is essentially a 1v1 game with assists. Playing a sidekick fuse is honestly not a bad idea if you want to get that Tokon feel early, especially if you're just looking to only learn one character, which I'm sure was the mentality of many Tokon players during the beta. After all, the developers don't want players to feel like they need to learn multiple characters, so go ahead and get involved with that sidekick fuse. To learn additional information about sidekick, be sure to check out the 2x KO wiki as there are some pretty great stuff in there. But what about if you're one of those folks who don't like 2x KO? Or maybe you're looking to see if there's another team game you can play alongside 2x KO that could prepare you for Marvel Tokon. Perhaps you want a game that makes you feel... Yes, that's right, Invincible Versus is the next fighting game on this list that I think will prepare you for Marvel Tokon very well. Invincible Versus is a 3v3 game, so it's a team fighter just like 2x KO and Marvel Tokon. As a result, just like 2x KO, this game is also going to get you into the habit of using your assist at far and close ranges to accomplish certain rewards. But the big thing about Invincible Versus that will help you prepare for Marvel Tokon is actually the combo system. To provide context, in Marvel Tokon, the game has a combo limit gauge that fills up the more hits you do, and when it fills up completely and turns bright red, you can no longer continue the combo. Interestingly enough though, the game has a few mechanics that allow you to manipulate the combo limit gauge itself, either by decreasing it or not even increasing it at all. Using EX special moves during combos don't cause the combo limit gauge to increase, and calling assist during combos will make the combo limit gauge decrease. This is exactly the way how the combo system works in Invincible Versus. So of course, trying to utilize assist and EX moves within your combos in Invincible Versus will make you feel right at home in Marvel Tokon. While there are quite a bit mechanics in Invincible Versus, just like playing any other fighting game, you'll have it all in muscle memory with time. With this being the big new fighting game coming out before Marvel Tokon, it's a great idea to get your feet wet with this one. Well, let's get a little more in depth with the picks here. While the games that I previously mentioned are both team games that carry striking similarities to Marvel Tokon, what are some 1v1 games that could get you prepared?
Guilty Gear Strive.
That's right folks, Guilty Gear Strive is the third game on this list that will prepare you for Marvel Tokon. Sounds pretty crazy to you? Hear me out. Both Guilty Gear Strive and Marvel Tokon have a feature within them called Wall Break. Basically, all the stages in these games, aside from the X Mansion and Marvel Tokon, have different parts that you can transition to throughout the match. The thing about it though, is that you can actually make a conscious decision to either send your opponent to the next part of the stage or not. Sometimes you want to keep your opponent cornered to apply mix-ups and maintain pressure, or you want to go for a wall break to gain extra resources. For example, wall breaking the opponent in Guilty Gear Strive will reward you with extra meter over time thanks to the positive bonus mechanic. You're also rewarded with a hard knockdown if you wall break the opponent with a super attack. As for Marvel Tokon, wall breaks reward you with recoverable health, extra meter, an extra character, and a hard knockdown. Whether you're playing Guilty Gear Strive or Marvel Tokon, you're always going to come face to face with a question. Should I go for a wall break here, or should I maintain the corner to keep the opponent pinned and uncomfortable? Playing Guilty Gear Strive will make you develop this kind of decision making into muscle memory before you play Marvel Tokon, so definitely keep this in mind. And another thing, Guilty Gear Strive has the dust mechanic, which is a quick overhead attack that can start combos. Marvel Tokon has a mechanic called a cymbal smash that is exactly the same as dust, except it has some armor on it and it uses 1 bar of the assemble gauge. Learning how to deal with a universal overhead attack like dust in Guilty Gear Strive will definitely make you a bit more awake on defense in Marvel Tokon to handle a cymbal smash. Now I know Strive isn't a team game, so you won't be getting any team game fundamentals here, but you can still brush up on some basic fighting game fundamentals that will help you in Tokon. In particular, matchup study is a very important skill to have. You're going to come across a lot of characters in Guilty Gear Strive that you'll hate fighting against, so being aware of what things you need to be looking for against particular characters in certain situations and learning how to deal with them is very important. This will also be the case in Marvel Tokon, so brush up on the skill while you can. But let's get into the fourth game that I think will prepare you for Marvel Tokon, a game that some of you have definitely played.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising.
While being a grounded 1v1 game akin to something like Street Fighter, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising actually has some really cool similarities to Tokon that you'll appreciate. For those unaware, the director and battle director for Marvel Tokon is the same one who is the battle designer for Grand Blue Fantasy Vs. and Rising. So you already know that he has some ideas that he wanted to transfer from Grand Blue Fantasy Vs. to Tokon. Starting with the big thing, we have easy input and motion input controls. One of the things people really enjoyed about Grand Blue Fantasy Vs. is the ability to use motion inputs and easy inputs simultaneously within the match. Simply put, it allows people who enjoy both inputs to use them in a match with no restrictions, aside from stuff like damage reduction for people using easy input versions of special moves or supers. Marvel Tokon actually has the same system, as both motion inputs and easy inputs can coexist within a match in that game. And that ain't all, because the controls in Marvel Tokon are very much the same as Grand Blue's. In Grand Blue, the basic options you have in the control scheme are light, medium, heavy attacks, your unique attack, the skill button, and the guard button. While you don't have a guard button in Marvel Tokon, everything else is pretty much the same. Your light, medium, heavy attacks are still there, you have unique attacks just like you do in Grand Blue, and the skill buttons exist in both games, which gives you the opportunity to execute easy input special moves and supers with different button combinations alongside the skill button. The only other addition you gotta worry about is the assist button, but the overall control scheme of this game with the addition of easy inputs should really get you easily comfortable with Marvel Tokon right off the bat. Also, the resource management in Grand Blue is very similar to Tokon's in a way. Unlike other fighting games, Grand Blue's special moves are on cooldowns, so every time you use a special move, there's a certain period of time you have to wait before you can use it again. This same concept can be applied to how assists work on Marvel Tokon. Using an assist will put them on a cooldown timer, so this means that you have to be very smart with how you use them, just like special moves in Grand Blue. So if you're using Grand Blue as the game to help prepare you for Marvel Tokon, you can look at assist in Marvel Tokon and be like, oh yeah, so they're just similar to cooldowns in Grand Blue. Got it. And lastly, just like in Strive, you can still brush up on some basic fighting game fundamentals that will help you in Tokon, especially considering the fact that Grand Blue is a very beginner-friendly fighting game and was quite literally made to get people into the genre easily. But with these 4 games out of the way, there's one more game on this list that will absolutely prepare you for Marvel Tokon that you probably don't know about.
電撃文庫ファイティングクライマックスイグニッション
Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Edition, short for DFCI, is a 1v1 2D fighting game developed by French Red and published by Sega. It features popular characters from Dengeki Bunko franchises such as Sword Art Online and Durarara, as well as guest characters from Sega games like Akira from Virtua Fighter. That's not all though, because you can actually have an assist character with you in battle that can help you fight at far or close ranges. So just like Tokon, the whole 1v1 with assist idea exists here. But the main striking similarity DFCI has to Marvel Tokon is that you can call assists with or without using the assist meter. To provide context, in Marvel Tokon, using an assist in a neutral state will not make you use the assist gauge to call it. It's completely meterless. However, canceling into an assist after hitting the opponent with an attack will actually make you use this assist gauge. So throughout the betas, people found creative ways to implement assists within combos meterlessly by using wall splats and using certain special moves and attacks that keep people in hit stun for a while to where they can call an assist while standing. It's very cool because sometimes you want to make the smart decision of saving your resources and not spending it when you don't need to. This exact type of decision making is present in DFCI. In that game, calling assist in a neutral state doesn't use any of your meter, but canceling into your assist right after an attack does. So players end up finding really cool ways to call assist during combos meterlessly so that they can keep their resources. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, I have a link in the description below that takes you to DFCI's wiki page where you can find many great resources for beginners, including the Discord server. But these are the 5 games that will absolutely prepare you for Marvel Tokon's release, so let me know what game you're planning on playing after taking this all in. Are you already playing one of the games I listed in this video? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, from me to you, have yourself a blessed day.